Hello and welcome to the Friday Focus, where we look back over last night's match where the Staggs Bar Monarchs, Stephen, unfortunately lost at the hands of the Workington Comets, which of course sent the Workington Comets into the next round of the Championship Shield. I think looking back over the course of the night, it was a disappointing evening for the Monarchs, Stephen.
It certainly was. Some good racing, to be fair. Good night of racing on a tricky surface. I've just walked over it there just now and it's solid, to be honest. Tricky is probably not the right word, but you know, once riders got out the gate you would think that would be it, but not the case. This is a side bearing in mind that I've racked up some pretty impressive away scores.
Yep.
Down at Peterborough and obviously through at Glasgow as well, so some might say that it was maybe a good result. I don't know.
Of course it was the result that Workington required to get through. Well, it was better than the result they required to get through. They only needed a draw to come here to progress to the next round. But we won't focus on the Workington side of things. That's congratulations to them on qualifying for the next round. We need to kind of look at our own performances. Kind of at the head of our performance was captain Eric Riss, who scored 13 points. But Ricky at number 1 will be disappointed, scoring paid 11. I think 2 race wins involved in that. But he'll be disappointed with his night's work.
I would think so. I mean, he was involved for me. I watched up in obviously the media hub. He was involved in a couple of cracking races. I mean, he had to be on his game to keep Bewley behind him, and to keep Bewley behind him was pretty impressive. He's going well. So yeah, I don't know if he will be as disappointed. Probably being the perfectionist that he is, right enough, but.
It's the strength throughout the side. I mean, we seen last week, well, a couple of weeks ago for our own performance, where we had strength throughout the team, and maybe a couple of guys didn't go as well as what they would have liked to have went this evening. But that's kind of credit to the side, I would say. I'm looking at the positive side of things here. When we say riders like maybe Joel, who scored paid 5, really that's what we're kind of looking from Joel, but he's disappointed with his night's work. Yeah, I think he always looks like he's about to catapult himself onto that sort of the next level of the 8s and the 9s. He's not. I wouldn't say he's necessarily riding poorly, but sometimes it's the first 10, 12 metres that win your races. But aye. Coty down at reserve, he started the night well. He started with a race win, but as the night progressed, I know he was very frustrated after the match. He didn't when he was out on track. He was fast out the gate, but he was slow, and he knows himself that that's something he needs to kind of sort out. Yeah,
as you said, I mean, his first heat he was really quick. He was incredible ride. His first heat, second ride he actually passed Ty Proctor. Passed Ty Proctor, and I thought, oh, maybe he might be on for something. But he looked like I think he had a mechanical failure of some sort. I don't know what happened, so I don't know if he was maybe on his second bike or what. But something happened in that heat anyway, which kind of unsettled him a little bit. And as you say, never scored for the rest of the night. So
what we're going to do now is we're going to hear from Staggs Bar Monarchs captain Eric Riss to get the Monarchs' reaction to tonight's result. Eric, bad night at the office for the team, but a good one for you individually. What's your thoughts after that match?
Sucks, you know. Yeah, doesn't matter how I win. Team lost, and yeah, it sucks quite bad. I mean, we don't get any consistency in. We had a couple of meetings here where we won, but tonight was a tough one again, and we lost again. And it shouldn't be like that. We should have an advantage here, and should have it easier to beat the opponents.
Is it even more frustrating considering the team actually made a good start to the meeting and were a good number of points up early on?
Yes, I think at the start of the meeting, track was a bit crippier, so we went well then, and it got quite slick. It was a dry night, and it got quite slick in the end. And it seems like our boys struggled with the start and everything. I was struggling myself. I wasn't at my usual, but yeah, the track didn't play in our advantage today. But still, I mean, you know, you never know what to expect. You can't influence the weather, so we all need to be quicker with making decisions regarding to our bike setups and stuff.
yourself, we can hear it in your voice. You haven't been well. Did that have any effect on you throughout the match? Energy levels and stuff.
A little bit. I wasn't really full of energy before the meeting, but yeah, I know how to ride this track. You know, it's in my mind, so it's not that big effort. But I wasn't at my usual, as I said. Yeah.
Yourself, we've seen yourself and Mark out there after the match. What are you guys testing for there? Obviously it's a bad result and it's been a bad night, but when the guys go back out after a match, what is it you are looking for?
As I said, well, I wasn't really happy with my performance, and Mark didn't do as well as he can do. And we both struggled because the track was really slick, so we just went out one more time and tried something else, and it worked quite well. So in the future, when the track will be like that, hopefully we know what to do.
Okay. What is there any positives we can take for this match going forward? Because obviously we had a really good result at Glasgow, got through in the cup tie. We were looking to continue that momentum here, but what are the positives to take for this match despite the defeat?
It's tough to say right now. I think the loss sucks more, and that's overweighing at the moment. It's hard to find anything positive out of today. Yeah, it's a bit the pill to swallow at the moment. We need to work on that.
Of course, we'll speak to you later, Eric. Thanks very much for talking to us.
Thank you.
A disappointed Eric Griss there, who we heard he was actually feeling a bit under the weather for tonight's match. A lot of times you wouldn't have known that he was lacking a bit of energy, Stephen.
Yeah, well, I mean, when he got out that heat, when he got out the gate, sorry, I beg your pardon, he was quick, really quick, so it's a joy to watch.
Just to focus on the visitors as the victors on the evening. A solid team, Workington. I think before a ball was kicked, even before the season started, you would have probably said that they were a solid team, but nothing. They're not spectacular, but they're a solid team. Steady scorers throughout the side. But Nikolai Clint in there at number 5. After a poor first ride, he certainly kicked on, and it was fairly impressive with 11 points for his last 4 rides.
Nikolai was superb. Absolutely superb. There were 3 really talented Danes on that side. Yep. Obviously with Rennie and Razar as well. Rasmus Jensen, he's another one there in his last, well, he scored 7 points in his last 3 rides, so it's the first time he's been around here, so yeah, quite impressive.
As I say, a fairly solid side. Yeah. And we look at Mason Campton down there. I mean, Mason held off Eric Griss in heat number 4 there. On his day, Mason around this track is as good as anyone.
I think he'll probably be the first to admit that it was never his favourite track to begin with, but he's certainly mastered it now, if you want to call it that. There's a couple of great heats, and as you say, not many people will manage to keep Eric behind him, so, and he done it, so well, fair play to him.
Of course, the Comets had a former Monarch on the side this evening, and Dan Bewley. He's much talked about these days, Stephen. He's one of the brightest prospects in the UK, just been crowned British Under-19 champion. From his 4 programmes, I believe he had 3 second places and a heat 1. He was definitely worth it. Admission money, really. He was very quick in his heats. Just missed out there in heat number 15 on getting himself into the points, but he's definitely a rider that's matured.
Absolutely. Again, Raquel know that Dan was here. Fair enough, he kept him behind him. I think it was 3 heats, including heat 15 there. The only heat that Dan ever scored. Maturing, as you say. Fantastic to watch, whether it's here or wherever. Absolutely superb. What a talent.
Absolutely. We're going to hear from Dan Bewley now.
Joined by Workington's Dan Bewley. Dan, a reasonably good night for yourself and a win for the team?
Yeah, it was great for the team, and yeah, for me it was a little bit frustrating. You know, it took quite a long time to get a win, but I felt like I had great speed, and you know, it felt one of the best I've felt around here. You know, riding the bike, so I'm happy with how it's gone.
And I think it just shows the spirit in the Comets camp. I think you went 6 points down early doors, but you didn't let your heads go down, and you pulled it back at the end when it mattered.
Yeah, that's the thing with Speedway. You know, just 1-5-1 and you're back in it. So it was a great team performance, and you know, I think some of our fans might have wrote us off after we lost at home, but you know, it was great for them to come and support us up here, and I think that it's great to put on a good performance for them as well.
And it has been a bit of a stop-start season so far for the Comets, particularly at home. You mentioned I think you've only had 3, maybe 4 meetings as a team, so it must be good to build that consistency on the road. I mean, that's a draw at Berwick, a win here, a win at Glasgow. You know, teams that are all doing pretty well so far this season, so it shows just what the Comets are made of.
Yeah, and you know, those meetings we lost, you know, there was some things happening behind the scenes. Riders weren't too motivated, but all that's sorted now, and you know, hopefully for the rest of the season everyone's going to be happy and want to go out and do their best.
And on to the semi-finals now.
Yeah, hopefully we can get through that as well.
I don't think I can leave the interview go. I don't know if this will be picked up on the camera. I noticed on the Kevlars there's a bit of a blue tartan there. Is that a wee nod back to your Monarchs days?
Yeah, I've got a bit of Scottish heritage, so it's blue as well to remember the days for you.
But well done again tonight, Dan. All the best for the rest of the season.
Yeah, thank you, and thanks to the Edinburgh fans for the continued support.
Cheers,
thank you.
Good to hear from Dan there, and also we nod to the Edinburgh fans there, Stephen, but we do enjoy when Dan comes back to visit us, although I would prefer it if he was in Monarchs colours.
I do like the tartan touch right enough on the old race.
He's nod back to his Edinburgh days there, of course the team that gave him his first introduction into the sport. What we're going to do now is we're going to get the race of the night. Of course that was heat number 3, I think we picked between us and the PR team, where we can go to that now.
So Coty Garcia comes in for Max Rimmel. And the Monarchs bear away very well, but look at Dan Bewley round the outside. He didn't get there though. Mark Riss and Coty Garcia, what a start Coty's making to the match. He's a bit wide there, and Dan's come tearing through the middle. Now Ty Proctor's getting onto Garcia's tail, and Dan's making up some ground on Mark Riss. Looking very good. Bewley going for it round the outside and cutting in. Still a couple of lengths down. Proctor's gone past Garcia for third spot. Garcia fighting back. And he's got back into third again. This is a great race for both first and third. Bewley's there with Riss, but Mark Riss has finished the job, I think. Here comes Bewley down the inside, Riss gets there, and Proctor throwing up his arm in some kind of protest. I didn't see anything to protest about particularly. It finishes up another 4-2 to the home side, but that was a very good race indeed. I don't know whether we got it all on camera because there was 2 battles going on there, and our first sight here of Dan Bewley this season, very impressive indeed.
We check in with the man with the best view in the place. It's Bill Purnell.
Fantastic racing there, and of course you can catch up with the action next Friday night when of course the Staggs Bar Monarchs take on the Newcastle Diamonds here at Armadale Stadium, but we'll preview that through the week, so join us for the preview show then. Of course it's a busy weekend for the Monarchs next weekend as we race 3 matches in 3 days. Buses, these fixtures in Speedway these days, Stephen. wait for one of the coming threes. But we'll look ahead to that through the week. But until then, good night.